here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
What's up and what's good, everybody? Today on a Thursday evening, and welcome to All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns pregame with me, Keith Allen, and my partner in crime, Mr. Ed in Columbus. What's going on, Ed? How you doing?
Well, it is a Thursday night special. We got the rivalry. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got the Cleveland Browns. Now, I know this isn't exactly the record we wanted our Brownies to have coming into this game when we looked at the schedule. But nonetheless, it's a rivalry game. It's on national television, and we have a chance to, kind of put a little derailment in the Steelers' I wouldn't say unpredictable season, but at 8-2, they're playing some good football, not scoring touchdowns. Hopefully that trend continues tonight. But we're gonna kick it off tonight with a fun packed show for us to get us ready for Steelers Browns.
Yes, sir, and we get to put some respect on our name tonight if the Browns can pull this off, because it has not been a stellar football season, as we all know so far. It has been the season from hell for the most part. Now, Ed, what do you think will be the temperature of the fans coming into tonight?
Well, when it comes to the temperature of the fans, I think it's going to be like the temperature outside. It's going to be maybe a little chilly reception at first. And, these fans that are coming in, obviously we hate the Pittsburgh Steelers, but, if you get on social media, on X, you'll see some of the fans are, there's some, I wouldn't say hatred, but there's some dislike towards some of the moves the Cleveland Browns have made and some of the things that haven't gone to fruition, like especially the record of being 2-8. So, I think what it comes down to is once the ball gets kicked in the air and the opponent is the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think the fans will be their rowdy selves. But I think coming into this game, just like, for the last couple of weeks, there's been questions about, where do we go from here? The future of the Cleveland Browns, the future of the coaching staff, the future of the front office. Why is Jimmy Haslam, allowing this to happen and things like that. So there were just so many question marks with the Cleveland Browns. But I think, that being said, hey, when the ball gets kicked and it's go time, the black and gold are the enemy. And I think this Browns fans will let the nation know who that enemy is.
Oh, yes. Definitely. I think, honestly, we're going to have a competitive game tonight.
I think so.
Because the Browns usually do play well on Thursdays. Even in years that the Browns have stunk, they've always played well on Thursdays. And I think tonight, I will be very shocked if they lay an egg tonight. I would be very shocked.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. And also, too, I don't know if the way the Pittsburgh Steelers play, I don't know if they're capable of having the Browns lay an egg because, look, I mean, they beat a talented Baltimore Ravens team this past week, but they didn't score a touchdown. And, I mean, this Steelers team, yes, they're 8-2, but it's not like they blow teams out. So, I think the Browns will just hang in this game, even if they're not playing at their best. Look, last week in New Orleans, they got blown out 35-14, but that was a 14-14 game up until early in the fourth quarter. And then the wheels came off.
Hill swole up on us.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I definitely see it being a competitive game, a close game, even if the Steelers do win. And also too, with the weather elements and things like that, I don't think it is, conducive of it to be a blowout.
That's true. That is definitely true. And I'm gonna tell you what I did today. Cause I apologize to our fan base.
Mm.
Last week, I wasn't prepared. I didn't have the keys to the game. But today, I do have the keys to the game. But first, we're gonna do this first. We're gonna go here to the captions real quick. First off, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at us. You got any comments, want to chime in? Because you are a part of this show to our people watching. Shout out to everybody that's watching on LinkedIn. Shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. And shout out to everybody that's watching on X. Watching on X. But your comments are welcome. Holler at us. Definitely. Because, hey, y'all might have some insight that we don't have. Also, since we won't have a show on Sunday we're gonna be off. Get to sleep in, chill. Subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right. Subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. You'll get content like this show, content like this show, and the All About Sports 216 Sports Show, which comes on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And also coming back December, I know I did say December the 7th, but I think it may be December the 14th because I think duty calls. But sometime mid-December, December the 14th, the Triad Committee will be back. That's me, Nasty Nail, the narcissist, and my guy, Romeo Rodriguez. We'll be back at y'all asses and in rare form. Now, back to the business at hand with the Cleveland Browns. Now, I apologize to everybody for last Sunday. I didn't have the keys to the game, but I wasn't motivated. When your team is 2-7 and they're sucking and you be feeling redundant and bringing in your messages and all that and everything. But tonight is the night. And guess what I got here? Bang! All About Sports 216, keys to the game tonight. Ed, you can start it off.
Well, numero uno, and I think this one is definitely numero uno. Play physical, smash mouth football. You're going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday night in weather that is not exactly nice, but it's nice if you're a black and blue kind of smash mouth team. And the Browns need to get back to playing that way. I think Nick Chubb's going to have one of those games where he kind of breaks out from coming back from injury. So I like number one. I definitely think that's a great key to the game, Keith.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Gotta play physical smash mouth football. Be into the game. Be mentally ready and set. Number two, special teams have to get their shit together. They have to play well. Ed, I heard you. I heard you what you just did. Special teams have to get their shit together today. Flat out, flat out. Now, this show, we're going to tell it to you the way it is. If you want to hear the glossy stuff and all that, we not the ones for you. But special teams got to get their shit together because they have been an embarrassment. And think about it. They're worse than last year, Ed.
Yeah, it's sad. They brought in Bubba Ventrone, and we thought, oh, we got this tough guy. He ran a nice ship over in Indy, and let's say the kickoff coverage, the punt coverage has been less than stellar. And then you throw on top of that Dustin Hopkins fresh off his 3-year contract extension, about $15 million. He can't make a field goal. Everything goes to the left. Now, Corey Bojorquez has been the one bright spot, but if your one bright spot's the punter, you might not be in for a great night.
No. When you're talking about the punter is your bright spot, the special teams, that means you have a losing record. For real.
That would be, yes. For real, for real.
For real, for real. That means you have a losing record. Number three, bang. Even though they avoided this last week, but somehow still got boat raced. No turnovers.
Yeah, I think Jameis played a well thought out game. Read the defenses, 395 yards, no turnovers for Mr. Winston, and yet we still got boat race. But I think, Keith, I think that is because of key number 4, no mental mistakes. The
Yes.
mental mistakes is the secondary. You got Denzel Ward playing stellar this year. You got a lot of those cats playing stellar, but here's the problem. Jog Thornhill, as we call him, Juan Thornhill.
I knew you was gonna
Here's
say something about that guy.
here's the deal. Like, I look up and you got Denzel looking at Thornhill and who's covering who. It happened in the Chargers game. It happened last week in New Orleans. The no mental mistakes. That especially is true for the secondary. Number 4,
Yes.
secondary's got to be on their game tonight.
And number 5, last but not least, you have to play complementary football. All phases, offense, defense, special teams, have to roll as one today.
Imperative that they get it done. Number 5 kind of sums it all up. They've not done that particularly well all season, and that's why their record is 2-8. So
2-8.
if they can come, they get number 5 done, they get the W tonight, Keith.
Yes, because I don't think Pittsburgh's going to run away from the Browns, personally.
No, it's not
'Cause
their, it's
think
not their
about
DNA.
this. When is the last time a team didn't score no touchdowns against the Ravens and actually won?
That's a great trivia question. I don't know if it's ever happened. Maybe it's never. I don't know. I mean,
It hasn't happened, especially in the Lamar Jackson era.
right. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I mean, it's been
In the
even the Joe
Lamar
Flacco
era
era.
of football, they ain't even happening during the Joe Flacco era.
I mean, we got to go way back. I think Kyle Bowler, maybe. I don't know.
You got to go back probably to Trent Dilfer, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Because that hasn't happened, and somehow Pittsburgh survived against Baltimore and everything. But tonight, the Browns have. I think the Browns. I'm gonna say it like this: the Browns could lose, but at least be competitive. But what can't happen, they can't lose and get whitewashed.
Well, Keith, I wanted to bring this up. So I was talking to my buddy Phil at work today.
You reading each other's mind today.
he kind of we were talking about it, and I hate to say this because I am a Browns fan, and I don't want anybody to go down to the stadium because that's how I always look at it. There's probably a kid going with their father for their first Browns game ever, and I do not want to rob them of the chance to get their first W. I never want to do that. Never want to do that. But I will say one thing. I was telling Phil today this. I was like, from clarity standpoint, if we got boat raced and we got blown out, it honestly kind of, makes it easier to evaluate this team and blow it all up then. Because, right now we're talking about, is it Andrew Berry? Is it Kevin Stefanski? Do you bring in Mike Vrabel? What do you do? And we don't know yet until they play these games. If we just get blown out, it makes it really easy. You just get rid of everybody, So from a clarity standpoint, it almost is easier if the what we don't want to happen happens. But at the same time, I could never wish that because, like I said, as a Browns fan, and I'm saying as a kid growing up and going to the stadium and everything, you don't want that. But at the same time,
you don't.
Looking forward in the future, are we going to look at the draft come April and say, that was a fun win against the Steelers on that Thursday night, but damn it, we don't get Shador Sanders because of it. We don't get Travis Hunter because of it.
Honestly, I ain't gonna look at it like that because at the end of the day, I'd rather get the wins. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. I'd rather get the wins just for the team's psyche. And think about this. If you go and have to draft a rookie quarterback, which more than likely they are, I don't know if they're going to address it next year or maybe the year after, but you telling Myles Garrett that we're going to have to rebuild again?
Well, I kind of think, look, if it goes the way that it could go and we just get boat raced these last 7 games, it almost comes to the point in the offseason. Maybe trading Myles Garrett is one of the things that gets you, that's the thing. Because, if you're doing that, if you're blowing it all up, you got to be looking towards Brook Park and the Dome and saying, we want to be good in the next 3 to 4
By the
years.
time we get to 2029.
Yeah, and if you can get 2 number 1 draft picks and some other stuff for Myles Garrett, because I don't want to waste his career either, but you got to be realistic about what's going on with this team. And the problem is, I don't think we got so much talent, but it's overpaid talent in some areas. So it's harder just to flip the
And
script and
they're
rebuild.
about to be in salary cap hell, too.
Yeah,
So.
that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you, the worst of the worst can happen tonight. If they, like we said, if they get boat raced and that stadium turns into the black and gold bonanza, that is a lot for Jimmy Haslam to have to take in.
Yeah.
Just think about it. You own this team and you looking at your team getting boat raced at home, and your stadium is filled with primarily Pittsburgh fans. And they're cheering black and yellow and everything. Next thing you know, somebody pop on the Renegade song or whatever.
Oh,
But
no.
like, what the hell Renegade doing playing in our stadium?
Damn, they hijacked the controls here.
Right, but that is the worst that can happen. And if that happens, I'm gonna be honest, that could be the end of the Kevin Stefanski era here.
I kind of think that because we usually what happens is the Browns play the Pittsburgh Steelers the last game of the year. They get boat race. They fire their coach. We've done this many times.
Be the coach death march.
Right, exactly. But this is a little bit different because it's what I'm saying. It's
in
it's
the middle of the season. Yeah. And
Oh.
that's the hard part to swallow. Because if you think about this, usually when you're out of playoff contention, you usually got 2 or 3 games left.
Yeah, this is a lot.
We got
Half a
7.
season.
Yes, we got 7. And think about this. We got to face these same Steelers again in 2 weeks.
Call that.
And to be realistic, like I said, we're going to tell y'all the unadulterated truth. They might be like, this is why y'all ain't on like that. Because y'all not going to lie to us. Y'all going to tell us the truth. Be realistic, Ed. If the worst happens, which I think tonight they're going to play well. I actually think they're
I agree. I think they'll
tonight.
play hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to play hard tonight. But where do you see their next win coming from? Because you got Denver after that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going to be no easy feat going into Denver.
Yeah, Bo Nix playing well.
Then you got our buddies again, bosom buddies, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Then after that, you got, I think, Kansas City in December.
I know the Dolphins are on there. We play the Ravens again.
Yes, and we play Cincinnati again. And
Yeah.
Cincinnati not going to be easy either.
I guess to answer your question, I think because the way Jameis Winston plays and he can go out there and throw for 300, 400 yards, and the defense is if it's not the blown coverages, the defense actually plays well if it's not for these blown coverages. So to answer
they
your
have
question,
mental gap.
Yes.
Just kill them.
yeah. To answer your question though, quickly, I'll say Denver because Bo Nix is still a rookie, and I think you could throw some things at him, and he could have a letdown game because it's one of those things where they're having an overachieving season and they kind of take us for granted. So that would be my best guess. It might be the only answer on the board still left.
Because I tell you the truth, we play Miami with our luck up here. It'd be 65 degrees in December.
I know, just for those mammal fish,
And if Tua is playing,
Yeah.
Miami is dangerous as any of these other teams on the board.
Kill going nuts on us.
Ooh, man. So it's like tonight really is the night. If the Browns can get a victory, this would be tonight.
I would definitely agree with that.
Because if they win tonight, that means Stefanski will probably go 2-4 or 3-3 within the division. That save his job.
Right, because it's showing
If
the
he
competitiveness.
can beat Pittsburgh tonight and win one more on the road against Baltimore or against Pittsburgh or against Cincinnati, that could save his job because he's still 500 in the division. Regardless of whether the record be 4-13, 5-12. Because you got to think, this year with the Browns, anything that could have went wrong this year.
But can I ask you a question about, because we're talking about the mental lapses in your key
Yes.
number 4 here. I think honestly, no matter what happens, say they keep Kevin, say they keep Andrew Barry. Okay, you keep Jim Schwartz has to go. Here's why. How can you have mental lapses with a defense that's very talented, has great players? This is their second year, Keith. This isn't the first year of Jim Schwartz. How can they not be on the same page? How can these big plays keep happening? Now, we talk about Jim Schwartz. It seems like everywhere he goes, he wears out his welcome after 2 years. It seems like he wore out his welcome after 1 year here.
And you know what our defense looks like now? Jim Schwartz, it looks just like when Woods was here, Joe Woods was
Joe
here.
Woods, yeah.
Because they had the same
The
mental
lapses,
lapses.
yeah.
And I will go to much as this. Maybe we over evaluated our talent.
Well, I think we did that, but at the same time,
Yeah.
even if Juan Thornhill's overrated, even if this, that, or the other are overrated, we see the communications breakdown when like against the Chargers, against the Saints. I don't care how good or
Yes.
bad you are. If I'm looking at you and you're looking at me, but there's a guy right behind us, one of us didn't do our jobs. Okay, that's all I got to
True.
say.
True. And I'm gonna be honest, that can't happen tonight because
That can't.
Pickens always handles business against us.
Mm,
He always gets a big play against the Browns. You notice that. And now they got Mike Williams on the other side.
okay, well,
So
that's not,
the secondary going to be up to snuff tonight.
yeah.
What's up, Alex Williams? I like Schwartz. I don't put any blame on him.
Well, I mean, maybe you're related to him. Here's the thing: I don't know how you can't blame him because, like I said, it's the communication. Now, maybe the players just aren't. I don't know, listening to Schwartz. I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, then fine, I'll give it to you. But at the same time, it's like second year of a
Check out.
defensive coordinator, and we got worse. We got worse.
But you also got to think also they ain't gonna fire Schwartz either right now because
No,
if
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
if worse happens to worse, he'll probably be the interim
Yeah.
to get to the
Well,
end of
what
the
about
season.
Mike Vrabel?
Vrabel, they were. I'm gonna say this with Vrabel, he's in a position where he doesn't have to take an interim job because you really want to put him in there to coach the last 6 games and the team's dispirited.
What is he doing? Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He gets brought in.
Yep.
He's been a head coach. They said he's not going to have a part of game day. Yet he's on the sideline in New Orleans and like he's part of the game day. Not what's changed?
That says a lot.
Mm,
That says a lot. He's only had one or two
well,
bad games.
Dallas game bad, Saints game bad. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the Browns' defensive performances this year. I might have been more than 2, but like maybe it's not him, okay? But for whatever reason, I always say this about anything. And I agree with that. It'll be definitely Schwartz or Vrabel that would be promoted, definitely.
Yeah, it'd be Schwartz promoted because Vrabel at the status now, he can get any job he wants, to be honest.
Well,
And I
somebody
think,
said
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no. Somebody said this. They were throwing this out there that Vrabel will probably get a head coaching job next year, and if Stefanski gets fired, then Stefanski would be his offensive coordinator. I could definitely see that, and it obviously wouldn't be in Cleveland, but
Right, it wouldn't be in Cleveland with Stefanski being an offensive coordinator. But if Vrabel does become the Browns head coach, I think he's not going to become the head coach unless you get DePodesta and Jimmy out the mix.
DePodesta's got to go.
Unless, because think about it. Unless they go all in on Vrabel and just put him in there now, which they should, they could, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah. Now
But I think Vrabel won't accept the job unless DePodesta them is out. Because think about this. You remember when Josh McDaniels interviewed a couple years ago? When Josh McDaniels interviewed?
yeah, and thank God we
And
didn't hire him. Thank God we didn't.
but he said, only way I take this job is if you get all that unnecessary interference out of there. Which he was referring to DePodesta and company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And things.
What would you make? I probably wouldn't. I probably would
They're
go with
not.
Schwartz, but
It'll be Schwartz for the
it'll be
in this
Schwartz.
season.
Now, Schwartz's defense is ranked 19th overall in the NFL, which is, and then also too, the Browns have given up 30 touchdowns, which is probably it's not good. That's really not good. So I don't know. I mean,
So you'll make him permanent coach if you put him in there.
yeah, that would be.
But
I mean, that's
yeah, but I think they'll just get all them particulars done during the last 6 weeks of the season. Let Schwartz end the season, and Vrabel starts off fresh in January. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also too, I think to the point of just to make Schwartz the interim. I think what's going to happen is it comes down to if this team quits or not. If the team is still playing hard, but they're losing close games, I think you just ride Stefanski out and then you fire him in the offseason. Well, I mean, now if they quit, if they lay an egg, if they get blown out, you have to just fire him. You put Schwartz in for the rest of the year, and then you'd figure it out in the offseason.
Right.
Definitely.
Because, But hopefully.
We're going to win tonight, Keith.
Yeah,
we're going to win. Alex, we're going to win tonight. Yep.
Yes. Hopefully. We play complimentary football.
Right.
Hopefully the special teams don't fuck up today.
Oh, gosh.
Because really, honestly, the special teams. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Oh,
what has been your biggest disappointment in the Browns so far this season? If you could just pick anything with a fine-tooth comb.
I would say I'm very underwhelmed by the defense. And the reason why is because it's the second year and they played so well last year. I mean, granted, last year they gave up only 10 points at home and averaged 30 on the road, but they were still a top, 10 defense, whatever it was. And it's not about rankings to me. I just think with the playmakers that we have, I would have thought we would have gotten more turnovers. The lack of turnovers on the Browns defense, because there's times when the offense sputters and, you see these other teams, like even when the Bengals a couple years ago, it's like, okay, they get turns. We don't get enough turnovers. And I know sometimes that's luck, but you got to create your own luck. And another thing, I think what it comes down to is the defensive line. You got Myles Garrett, but we thought we had fixed the defensive line. And I don't know. Myles Garrett never has that help. He had Jadeveon Clowney that one year, and it's just like, I don't know. But we don't have the consistency to help Myles Garrett on the defensive line, and I feel like we just never get that pressure because Myles got 3 guys on him, holding him every single play.
Yes, and that's what I had explained to Hurricane last night. Him and Big Rich last night.
Okay.
On their show last night, I said, you got to look at it. TJ Watt got Highsmith on the other end. He got Hayward in the middle. Yeah. Now he has Patrick Queen. What does Myles have in the front 7?
That's the thing. I think that's an Andrew Berry thing now. Look, it's not Kevin Stefanski's job to put the personnel. Pick the personnel. It's Berry.
Yes. And like you said, yours is defense. Mine's is special teams.
Oh,
I thought they couldn't reach a new low from last year. But Prefer looks like a godsend.
Yeah.
Compared to this shit show with special teams that we got now. And then on top of that, Hopkins, man.
Blue Factory.
What a different... And that's another bad contract that we have.
Did we have to sign? Did we have to give him 3 years, 50? Did we have to do that?
No, you never sign a kicker to that long. Because think about this. You look at Baltimore right now. Only person that got that kind of money was Justin Tucker at one time, right?
And he's and he's at the end of the line.
And look at Baltimore right now. Baltimore looking like, damn it, we would have won this game if you would have made 2 makeable field goals. Yeah. And the thing with Dustin Hopkins is he missed 3 field goals Sunday. Yeah. 2 literally should be automatic. Yeah. 20.
It was a dome, Keith. It was in a dome.
I was about to get to that. It was a 51, and I don't even trip on the 51 because the 50s is here or there, hit or miss. But the 32,
Yeah.
then a penalty gets you to the 27, and you miss
You
both
still
of
shank
those
it.
badly.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
I don't know. I'm gonna say it like this: the Browns got a lot of evaluation to do in these next 7 games, and that's why I said right now it's about evaluation.
Yeah, I'd
For
agree.
real, for real. And that's part of the reason why Vrabel was on the sidelines for real last week, and
Well,
probably be on the sidelines this week.
to Alex's point about risking Vrabel, if you honestly believe Mike Vrabel is the coach, if you want to hire Mike Vrabel, which I'm all for, I think Mike Vrabel is like a Mike Tomlin kind of guy, and I think he'd be perfect for the Browns. If you feel like that's your guy, don't let him walk out. Make him if you want to make him the interim, and that's fine. I have no problem. Whoever, if you deem him to be your next coach, I'm okay with making it happen.
Yeah, and I would say this, and I think that what the Browns have to do, they have to pivot where I think if you're going to keep Barry, if Vrabel comes, let's just say if the worst happens, nothing's
Mhm.
happened yet. But
Right.
if you're planning on keeping Barry, get him a draft consultant.
Here's what I do. I go to Mike Vrabel in the offseason and say, "You're my coach. Who do you want to be your GM?" Like I'm not doing this mixed marriage
True.
kind of thing. I'm not doing it where you hire this guy and I want Vrabel. I'm giving you my blessing. You're the head coach for the next 3 to 5 years. Who do you want to be your GM? Like.
And what can we do for you? What's
Right.
up,
Thank you.
Sean? What can we do for you to support you? If you be like, hey, Deep
Yeah.
Podesta guy, get the fuck out of here.
Get him
Jimmy,
out.
just write the goddamn checks.
Just get them the
Let
fuck out
me
of here.
handle the football business and stuff. Because
Yep.
I think the problem with the Browns they've relied too much on analytical data to where analytics are fine. They're not bad. They're fine.
Right.
But in certain instances, football is a thinking man's
To
game.
me, analytics are like a side dish.
Yeah.
They're not the main course. You use them in conjunction with football guys that make football decisions. And if you want to bring in analytics, that's a side dish, okay? But that's not
Right.
your main damn course.
Exactly. What's up, Sean? Exactly. So, I mean, they have to pivot. They definitely have to pivot. Now,
I
do
like
you
I like
think
this. I like this. I
this
like
is a
this a
little
lot.
far fetched, but that would be some shit if we
Yeah.
could get Belichick at GM and Vrabel the head coach?
Okay.
I'm not really in favor of Belichick being a GM.
Well, I mean, he kind of was, even when he kind of was always, okay?
Yeah. Now, if that's what he concentrated on, that's one thing. Yeah, that would be
But him
something.
and Vrabel are like this. So here's
True.
what I want: two like-minded guys. I don't want any
Yes,
conflict.
and I want them to be football guys.
Yes.
I want them to be football guys because, like I said a couple weeks ago, what's worried about me about tonight's game is our special. We said that too. Our defense. Offensively, they got their work cut out again against one of the best defenses, but they will not be facing Highsmith tonight.
Well, that helps, but still, I mean, it helps.
Thank God, because think about it, Highsmith. They talking about what? Highsmith done made the Browns victims too.
Yeah.
So we won't be facing Highsmith tonight.
Mm.
He has his
Yeah,
own.
he was. Belichick was. Yes, he was. It's just, yep.
True.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens tonight. The Browns are going to play good tonight. Told you guys the other day.
Victory laps for Sean. Victory laps.
I knew it.
He's going around.
Congrats to you on that, Sean. Congrats. You was right, and I was wrong.
That's what he just wanted to hear you say that. That's what that was.
I was wrong. You even said Buffalo was going to win, didn't you, Ed?
Yeah, 31-30.
I was the dickhead that said Kansas City. But Buffalo got to do it in January now.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Good point.
They got to do it in January. And they're going to probably have to go to Arrowhead.
Yeah.
If our offense could get a first down, our defense would be a whole lot better. Well, I think the offense is a little bit better now since
Yeah.
Jameis Winston's been the quarterback. It's a little bit better, and
Well, so that's
before
the thing. It's like our
before we
defense,
was
and
crying over 140-yard passing game, so
I
now we
know, right?
getting 400.
But here's the thing: our defense does actually play good. It's just like I said, the 4 to 5 plays a game that they
Yes,
give up,
that they
because of
have
the
those mental
miscommunication.
lapses.
Yeah, the
Yes,
mental lapses. But other than that, the defense does play hard. They do play okay. It's
that's true.
just
They do play okay. We're not having no post game tonight because it's gonna be late.
yeah.
I,
We're old, Keith. We're
I,
old. We're old. We're going to bed.
We're going to bed. Fuck that. It is
Look
gonna be
that.
no post game. I don't know. I might do something Sunday. Maybe. No, I said we weren't doing that on Sunday. It is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be tonight.
That's right.
It's gonna be what
Hey,
it's
you
gonna
got
be
us now. You
tonight.
got us now. Congratulations to you.
Yes, definitely, definitely. But like I said, it will be interesting tonight and everything. It'll be interesting. Um, the defense, but with the Browns, defense done got a lot of injuries and stuff. There's no Michael Hall tonight.
Yeah.
There's no JOK.
A question about JOK. I've heard reports that it's a neck thing. It could be bad. I mean, the Browns are not going to say anything,
And
but
they're not gonna say nothing, but
yeah. But let's hope. Let's hope and pray that it's not, because JOK is a player, and I
judging
like.
from an interview that they had with Hicks,
Yeah.
Hicks was basically allegedly sounding like he was in pretty bad shape.
Oh,
That
that's not good.
JOK was in pretty bad shape. But hopefully prayers are with JOK.
Yep.
And honestly, I think he's not going to play the rest of the season
I
anyway.
know, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Get healthy. Get
yeah,
healthy.
that's healthy. Get healthy and everything. But
Yeah.
until recently, we were the worst in the history of football on third down
Well,
conversions. Keeps the D on the field
that's
tired. We're the
that's
worst, both sides, offense
well,
and defense.
It's hurt that though. If Nick Chubb can get going tonight and get those some critical
Yes.
third downs, that'll help.
Yes, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to Dorsey and Stefanski. We need the playbook tonight on offense, the smash mouth playbook. None of
Yeah.
that cute five wide bullshit where you got my man Jameis looking crazy out there and things, because this is not the defense. You got to match physicality with physicality.
And this ain't the weather either tonight. This
And this
isn't the
ain't the
weather.
weather tonight either.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm worried about Dustin Hopkins also.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, question. He had troubles in a dome. If you're Kevin Stefanski,
yeah,
like, is it it kicked within 30 yards? If it's past 30, you're not trying him out. What are you doing with him?
dude, it look like we're gonna be
I
playing
mean,
old school North Senate football.
yeah,
Back
that's
in
what. Yeah, there it is. There it
where
is.
kicking, 4th and 6, and we at the 38. We going for
Uh-uh.
it.
Going for it. That's
We
right.
going
That's
for
right.
it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm worried about Dustin Hopkins because he looked like he had lost all his confidence.
Yeah. Well, he
And
consistently kicked it to the left, so maybe there's
yeah,
something good about that. I don't know. I don't know.
maybe there's a mechanical flaw. Hopefully they
Yeah.
figured it out in these past few days, and I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see. But like you said, the only good thing, it takes you back to the old school days, the Lynn Dawson days, when Lynn Dawson was the only positive thing about the Browns.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Bjorkes right now is the only positive thing about the Browns. Bjorkes and Jameis Winston to a point.
Winston has played well. He
Yeah,
played
he's
well last
been
week. Yeah.
played pretty well and stuff.
Yeah.
And people's like, well, the defense. I'm like, come on now, get off. Come on. You can't have it both ways.
Judy looked good last week too.
Judy did. You
Yeah.
can't have it both ways. In New Orleans, traditionally, New Orleans have had a good defense
Yeah. Yeah.
in the
Yeah, so
past. So I got them in fantasy. So I would
yeah, I know.
know.
That's what I was. Yeah. So do I. So I knew that. Yeah.
New Orleans has had good defenses in the past, and Jameis Winston is capable of shredding you for real, for real.
Yeah.
He's capable of shredding you, and he's capable of, having those nights like he had against Los Angeles. But I think against Los Angeles, it was a little that more that he tried to bite off more than he could chew.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
More so than anything else. He didn't take what they was giving him and everything. So, but we'll see tonight. But tonight is Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth is required. No, no 5 wide. Now, Ed, let me ask you this. If, now, if, if, who would be your other candidates if you can't get Vrabel?
I never, it's so funny that you asked that because, um, it's like people keep talking
Because
about,
Vrabel is the locked in candidate
yeah,
for me, but
Stefanski, but
in
nobody's really
case.
mentioned anybody else, and I guess I've never really thought about it because it's kind of like I just maybe in my mind it's a foregone conclusion that it was going to be Vrabel. So I never even thought about out. What I'll say. I'll throw this out there. I don't care if you have to get Dion to get Shador. Fine, fine, fine,
I
fine with
got
me.
another one also. I got another wild card.
Yeah.
I got in case Kevin, in case it doesn't work out with Kevin. Honestly, I hope it do because I'm really not in favor of nobody losing their jobs.
Right. I'm not, no. Right.
But I would say Brian Flores would be a good candidate too.
Okay. Okay.
Because we gotta get somebody to put some dog back in his team.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like I like Vrabel because I want somebody that, like you said, can get the dog back in the players, but also this too that has
Yes.
some familiarity with the AFC North. Flores does.
Yes. Flores does.
Yeah.
Vrabel does. And,
Yeah.
So them the kind of candidates you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nothing against Kevin and everything like that. Nothing against Kevin. He's had a good. But after 5 years, you gradually, you know what I'm saying? 5 years is enough time. Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter isn't going into till 2029. Hunter just declared for the draft. I seen a thing said he'll be turning pro after this season.
Mm.
But you got the Dion factor. So
No, I know that's the thing. He's gonna be the kingmaker and decide where he wants to go. So you can't blame him.
now who would
Dion
you
looked at him.
draft first, Hunter or Dion? I mean Hunter or Shador.
Well, here's the thing. Like, as great as Hunter is, if you believe Shador is the next Jaden Daniels, then you need a quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
you got to go that route. Look, the more I watch Shador, especially that last game that he played, how do you not fall in love?
I know it, but I love Travis Hunter, man. That
Who's
dude
getting him
play
the
both
ball?
positions. Jameis to get him the ball.
See, well, that's the thing. Like, okay, here's the thing. If that's the route you want to go, I'm okay with that. But next year has to be, I would say, the Jameis bridge
Next year would have
and then
yeah, right,
yeah,
right,
that's
right,
fair. If you want to do that, if you feel that's
right.
fine, I have no problem with that. I have
Yeah,
no problem
but
bring back
like I
Jameis next year.
said, yeah, like I said, but you might have to bring him back anyway because
Uh,
yep. Yeah, he's coming out next year,
I
Sean.
have a question for you then.
Okay.
Obviously, so next year, would you, we didn't bring back Flacco because Deshaun, for whatever reason, the rumors were he didn't want there to be a competitive situation. But next year, I don't think Deshaun has that leverage where, look, I'm bringing back, if Jameis Winston finishes and plays the way that he's playing, I'm bringing him back no matter what. And we can figure out Deshaun all we want, but I'm not wasting a season to try to get Deshaun back in the groove. I want to win games, and if Winston's that guy that can throw for 300 yards, I'll figure it out after that.
Let me tell you. Remember last year I said I was in favor of bringing Flacco back because I said Flacco could help in the locker room. He could help
Yeah.
DTR and he could help Deshaun. I don't know why the Browns said nah, especially when
Yeah.
you haven't really showed me you could be consistent and play every game. Because
Right.
nowadays, in today's NFL, you need two decent quarterbacks.
I agree.
You need two decent quarterbacks. Now, Jameis Winston really is a younger version of Flacco, for real.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
younger and a little more talented
Yeah. Oh,
arm talent,
absolutely.
arm
Absolutely.
talent version of Flacco. And like I said, if the Browns are smart, I'd re-sign them for next year.
So would I. I would definitely. And we're over. Can we say we're over the DTR experiment? He's a backup at best, but he will never
No,
be.
DTR is Mr. August.
Thank you.
He's Mr. August.
Damn.
I hate
Keith,
this.
you
When
are
people
keeping it
be
real tonight.
when people be No, this is the thing that kills me. And I was watching a show, and my dude, shout out to my man Garrett Bush,
Yeah,
OCB
D. Bush.
alumni, OMS alumni, same school as me. But he literally popped a gasket when he heard they want to see people in the media here want to see what DTR can do. God damn it, DTR already done showed me what he could do.
Right.
I mean, come on, you got Jameis Winston was a first pick in the draft.
Yep.
First pick.
National champion.
Yes. Gotta arm everything. And you want to see DTR? Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
I'd rather now if you was to tell me like next year you bring in Deshaun back or whatever, I might could buy that because of the money situation.
Okay.
But DTR, no.
Nope.
No. And like I said, I figure with the Deshaun thing, it's more in between the ears than anything else with him. And I probably think, depending on, well, shit ain't happened or nothing yet, but depending on some reason, him and Stefanski is like a peg,
Square thing, round peg,
square peg, round hole, and stuff. For some reason, it just doesn't add up. I don't know why, but it just doesn't add up. But people are talking about, I want to see DTR. Is you fucking kidding me?
Oh God.
DTR, we are definitely going 2-15.
Yeah.
Because first off, he hasn't proven that he can stay healthy.
No, that's the problem.
Second off, he's too reckless back there.
You know what DTR stands for, don't you?
What's that?
Don't throw, run.
Too reckless. And you got people are not going to respect your running game or nothing because they just going to crowd the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but I dare you.
With Jameis, you can't do that because he can go over the top. And think about this. All the other receivers, Tillman and all them, all looked at like shit with Deshaun and DTR. But with Jameis, we done found out Tillman actually got talent.
How's that Thrash guy doing? Looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good. Elijah Moore
looking like pretty
good. Looking pretty good. No. Jared Judy looking pretty good. And you mean to tell me you want to put Jameis Winston on a bench in a year right now where you got an owner that's campaigning for financing for a new stadium and you want to put DTR? Man, they do some shit like that. I would never watch the Browns.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this too. I know there's a lot of.
I will become a Lamar Jackson president of his fan club, and I will probably throw on a goddamn Ravens hat.
Well, you probably already have the Ravens hat. Here's the thing, and you probably are president and you're president elect actually. But
I am president of the Lamar Jackson fan club.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm gonna say this to all the Watson Warriors out there. Look, we can have our differences in this and that, but if you cannot grasp that Jameis Winston right now, I don't care about Houston days. I don't care about Houston. I care about right now and what I've seen in the last year to 2 years. Jameis Winston is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson, and he can read a defense. Sorry, I don't know what it is. Like you said, it's between the ears with Deshaun, but Winston can process and get rid of the football and go over the top and throw for 300 and some yards. Watson has proven he cannot do that last year. I don't know what it is, but to me, I will bring him back next year if they're going to compete. Winston's winning the job. Winston's a better quarterback.
Like I said, remember what I said a couple of weeks ago? I said, only thing I can guarantee you, Deshaun, is a roster spot.
Yeah, that's
other than that, I can't guarantee you nothing else.
Yeah.
Unless you go out there and prove it.
If he can do that, that's fine.
If you go out there and take the job, that's fine.
Take it. Take the damn job. You're getting.
But also, I'm gonna also say this: I don't think Kevin and them did him any favors this preseason
by
not playing him in none of the games. And you got a new offense. It's like, come on, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't. Here's another thing too. I'm going to say this.
Out of everybody out there, he should have been playing. Now, Miles,
that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to say this. I think there was a misnomer when it comes to bringing in Dorsey. Here's the thing. I thought Deshaun Watson played well in Kevin Stefanski's offense last year.
Yes.
I don't know why they changed it. I think
Yes.
I don't know why they like, we need to better suit this offense for Watson. He was playing fine in the offense that
You know
Stefanski
where that
had.
comes from, and I'm gonna say this again. That comes from up top.
They're dumb. They're
Because
dumb.
remember, Jimmy said he wanted to go to a red gun offense and all this. And this is what I mean. If somebody else takes the coaching job, they're going to tell Jimmy and them, they just cut the check. Stay out the way.
Yeah.
Stay out the way. It's kind of like move.
Get out
the way. Get out the way. Just get out the way. Cut the checks. Deshaun doesn't belong in the locker room. Here's a cancer to this whole organization. That's easier said than done, buddy. Be careful what you wish for, because if you get rid of Deshaun, you might be saying adios to a few people. You might be saying adios to Miles. Might be saying adios to Ward, because you know that's $100 and something million cap hit. And like they say,
that's the thing. Well, but you can keep him on the roster, but he doesn't have to be around.
Like Johnny Taylor says, it's cheaper to keep him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think what he's trying to say is, okay, fine. You don't want him around the team, that's fine. But he's going to have a roster spot because of the cap hit. I think that's
kind of a roster spot. Yeah, he's going to have a roster spot. And I don't think he's canceled, but I think it's all between the ears. And I think, honestly, can I say this? I don't think he's fully ingratiated himself to the team.
No, I mean, not like Winston has, definitely.
Not like Winston has, no.
Yeah.
Not like Winston has. And they're both two different types. Probably got two different types of style. But I don't think he totally ingratiated himself. Yeah, it's a cap hit. But when you talking about 170-something million compared to just 46, dude, you cutting a few people that we do have. You might be saying bye-bye to Del Pitt, bye-bye to Miles, and then boom. We're back to 1-15 and 0-16 years.
Yeah, but I think if you do that route, then trading, you trade Miles, you trade. Like, I think that's the thing we're talking about with the whole clarity standpoint. It'd be easier if we just sucked so bad, just get rid of everybody and it's easier. Like what Sashi Brown had to do was a lot easier. We just sucked, so you get as much assets as you can. Like it's easy just to rip it down, and what I'm saying? That's the fun part. Get all these assets, and then you know.
$200 million, if not that much cap hit. Yes, so that's what I'm saying. If you go there, you getting rid of everybody. You getting rid of. You might as well turn your Miles jersey in, your Denzel Ward jersey in. You probably will be wearing that Thornhill jersey because
no.
I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? You do that.
So I don't know. He keeps saying that, but I don't know if is it the same cap hit if we keep him. If we would get rid of him,
keep him, it's only $46 million.
If we actually outright release him or did anything, it would be more, I believe.
Yes, it would be $172 million.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. And you trying to maintain talent on your team? We would look at next season like, oh well.
I mean, we might be doing that anyways, Keith, but whatever.
But if you get the quarterback situation straightened out, I think the Browns will be a lot better, honestly. And to be honest with you, if they would have probably put Winston in sooner.
That Cincinnati game, we would have won that, I think.
The New York Giants game. The Las Vegas Raiders game.
Well, Deshaun didn't play bad that game either.
He didn't play bad in the Raiders game. The refs shitted on us. But
yeah, we got Cleveland. We got Cleveland in that game.
If that's the case, he needs to be.
He's
gonna be injured anyway next year.
Yeah.
He's not gonna open the season right away. Yeah, he's not gonna be there in August.
He'll be on the roster, but he won't be with the team. That's what the deal is.
Exactly. How about those Cavs? What a bounce back for a close loss from Boston. Tell you what those guys are for real. Yes, they are.
True that, Sean.
Yes, they
Ty
are.
Jerome. Hey, Ty Jerome with
Yes.
27 in the first half.
And I want to say something as far as the Cavs.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's funny how people turn on you real quick.
Oh, Darius, I know where you're going with this.
Everybody was talking about how great Garland was playing
He was.
until the Boston game. It's only one of 82 peoples. One of 82. And
People don't.
and he's going to have a bad game from here and there. That happens. That happens. And think about it. The thing we ought to be glad about is he went 3 for 21. Boston had to play their asses off to
Yep.
get a win against
Yep.
us on the road. 3 of 21. Then on top of that 3 and 21, you didn't have your top six man in Levert.
Nope.
You didn't have Dean Wade, who's a rotational player,
Yeah.
and you didn't have your best defensive player, Isaac Okoro.
Okoro. Yeah.
And you only lost by 3
Yeah.
to Boston, and the refs was shitting on us.
Oh yeah, that Tatum. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that really, honestly, that
Yeah,
was.
he was the
Yeah.
first player.
Yeah.
He had a bad game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He had a bad game. I mean, it happens. But I think Boston matchup is tougher on him because Boston got two guards that's 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Right.
physical and can guard.
Well, see, but if Okoro's in the game, then you can kind of switch and you
Okoro,
can do other.
yes, you can
You
switch
know.
and do other things, and Okoro
Yeah.
possess screens and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And we don't even have Max
Yes,
Strus this year yet.
no,
Either.
we haven't had Strus.
Yeah.
Yes, Ty Jerome is a beast. He has that golden. Yes, he does.
He
I
does.
remember when when the Cavs played Golden State, and Golden State didn't play nobody,
Yeah.
and Ty Jerome ate our asses, ate our asses up. He scored like 20 something, and was doing some of the same stuff he's doing with the Cavs
Yeah.
right now. But like I said, Darius had a bad. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's 82 games, people. It's not direct league or nothing like that or high school where you only play 20 games. He's
Right.
gonna have a bad game.
Yeah.
Plus, we got Boston December 1st. He can get back at their asses then. So hey. But back to football.
Hey,
Back to
thanks,
football.
Sean. Though we appreciate
But
that.
thank you, Sean, and everything. You took me away from the 2-8.
Yeah, it felt so good. It felt good.
Yes, it did. It felt good. But real quick, Ed, what is your
Yeah.
prediction for today's game?
I think the Cleveland
Hold
Browns
up,
come out.
I gotta show my little
Oh
illustration.
man, look at that! Look at the graphics.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Pittsburgh
Well,
8-2 versus 2-8 Cleveland Browns. What you got?
all right. Well, I got a very competitive game on Thursday Night Football. Unfortunately, I think the Browns will beat the spread. It's a 3.5 point favorite for, I think, the Steelers. But unfortunately, I think they lose 23-21 in a great game. That will show that they're still fighting and that we can be. I don't know. I wouldn't say happy. Nobody's happy in a loss, but it'll be fun entertainment. But I just see the Steelers coming down with a late field goal.
Yeah. And I'm kind of on the same boat. I think it'll be a competitive game, and I got Pittsburgh winning 16-13 on a Boswell late field goal, because I think it's going to come down to special teams, and
Oh, jeez. Oh, no, Keith. No.
I got a Boswell field goal late.
Okay.
So I got Pittsburgh nearly pulling this out,
Yep.
16-13, narrowly pulling this out. But I will say the wild card in the game will probably be Justin Fields.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk about how they might use him like Taysom Hill did with the Saints used him.
Man, if they do
That's
that, we in trouble. Because he's a
Well,
lot
that's Jim
faster.
Schwartz. Schwartz should have got the defense ready for it. Then I don't. I'm just throwing
He's
that
a
out
lot
there.
faster, a little bit bigger, but he's a lot faster.
He's a
It's
lot
like having a
faster.
6'5" Michael Vick in the backfield. Yeah, but I got the Browns being competitive. I think
Yep.
they're going to play well, but I got Pittsburgh narrowly edging them out, 16-13. And Kevin lives another day. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? There's another day and everything. Because then it's the mini bye week, and then
Yeah.
hey, get to drown our sorrows, and then head
That's
on
right.
to Denver.
Yeah, but hey, plenty of Cavs action in the meantime.
Yes, You know what? After today, it's nothing
Yeah.
going on till Sunday.
Oh. Well.
The Cavs don't play the Sunday night,
Oh.
but
Oh.
Ohio State against
Oh.
Indiana on Saturday. Ohio
Yes.
State can ruin their season.
Yeah.
Give them that first L. God damn it.
I think here's the thing, Keith. I think Indiana will take the L, but they'll win their last game. I think you're going to have Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, and Penn State. I think the Big Ten's going to get 4
Yeah,
teams in the
they're going to
playoff.
be pretty well represented in the
Yeah.
playoffs. They're going to be pretty well. And honestly, to be honest, as long as Penn State don't got to play Ohio State, they're good.
Yeah,
As long as Indiana might not have to play Ohio State or Oregon, they'll be
they're
good.
good. Yeah.
And Indiana avoided Oregon this year.
Yeah, well, good for them. But if they beat us, they're going to play them in the title game.
Right, exactly.
So,
Yeah, but we'll see about that. I think Ohio State is going to pull that out.
they better with that center. Now, that sucks that their center went down, Seth McLaughlin.
Yeah, that does suck. That does suck.
Mm.
And the Cleveland State Vikings are
There
three
you
and
go.
three. The men are 3-3. I don't know who they play next. They lost to the University of Minnesota 58-47 last time out on
Wow.
Tuesday. But Vikings are 3-3. They're an interesting team.
Yeah. They
They
make
don't
late
got the loaded
runs.
gun like
They make
last
late
year.
season runs a lot.
Yeah, they don't got the loaded gun like last year when they had Tristan Ariuna.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they're scrappy and stuff, so they'll be interesting this year to watch. They'll be interesting. But anyway, that is our show for tonight. There will be no post game. My ass will be in the bed, sleeping, or cursing in my dreams. Shout out to my son, K Jr. Him and his brother Emery is down there at the game, and of course, they're black and yellow fans.
Mm.
Sometimes you can't get all of what you want. But but anyway, we about to be up out of here. Thank you all for your comments and participation. It is well appreciated and needed. And like I said, subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Put them likes on. We need those likes. Get them likes up on X. Get them likes up on LinkedIn. Get them likes up on YouTube. And get them likes up on Facebook Live and everything. But subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel where you'll get content like this and the All About Sports show and the Triad Committee, which will be back sometime in mid-December. And me and Ed is out.
Peace. Go Browns.
Go Browns, damn it. Let's get this victory. Let's disappoint the Steelers. Let's make the Pittsburgh people cry like they did back in 2021 when they made Marquise Pouncey and Big Ben. Big Ben sit at the bench and whimper. But anyway, this your man Keith Allen. It's your man Ed in Columbus. We are out. Have a good night. Peace. Uh-oh, let me get my outro. Okay, there we go.
Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go.